Hey everyone, welcome to my first video on encompassing finance. Just want to start this video off by saying anything I do say in this video is not financial advice, it's just my opinion and for entertainment purposes basically. So I had to make a video today just based on what has been going on in the stock market the past weeks, particularly what happened on Friday the 5th of March where we kind of had a huge decline. So let's go straight into it. If you're having a look at the VIX, which is the volatility index, we can see that it had an all-time high on Friday of 29.5 and ended the day below 25. That, in my opinion, suggests that possibly the worst of this correction is over. If you compare this correction to what happened last year in the March 2020 stock market crash, this, in my opinion, is just a healthy correction to levels we were only at a few months ago in November and in December 2020. It is painful, but it is what it is actually. However, having a look at the market on Friday the 5th of March, which was yesterday, it's Saturday here, the 6th of March right now. If you were on the sidelines and holding a lot of cash, yesterday, Friday, was a great time to buy, possibly even Monday, probably a good time to buy as well, to be honest. If you wanted to start a position or add to a position Friday or Monday coming up, if you looked at stocks like Tesla, NIO, Pacific Biosciences, these have gone down like 30-40% from their all-time highs only a month or two ago. Even profitable, well-known companies like Nvidia, Etsy, Pinterest, they're on bargains right now as well. If I had a good sum of money, which I don't need in the short term, I probably would have gotten a good basket of these good growth stocks. For instance, the ones I just mentioned: NIO, Pacific Biosciences, Etsy, Pinterest. For instance, Sea Limited, which is another good one that has hardly been affected. So that's a good sign of how strong that is, to be honest, as well. So yeah, if you were holding a lot of cash, buying the dips, or if you were just on the sideline waiting for this huge correction, then you were just a kid in the candy store on Friday the 5th of March. So let's look at the chart on Tesla stock basically. Just bring it up. I was actually in Tesla stock last year in the mid 400s and I was holding it through its choppy cycle and averaged down when I could. Rolled it all the way up to the 800s and sold it because the valuations had risen too quick and was entering a bubble kind of territory, in my opinion, in the whole EV sector as a whole. I don't think Tesla's a whole, but I think there's a lot of bubbles in the EV sector. Now looking back at the stock, it had a 30-40% decline from its highs of $900 to current valuation. When the stock market closed on Friday, I think it ended around $600, but it did go down to $540 at the low. If you do want to invest in Tesla, I do believe now is a good time. For me personally, I will not be re-entering Tesla. Not because I do not believe in the company or anything like that. I still love the business model and the management. I just believe Tesla is too well known now. Everyone and their mom knows about Tesla stock. So a little background to me and who I am. I'm a retail investor just like you. If you're watching this, you're most likely a retail investor. I started investing in May 2020, made about 60-70% return on my investment so far. This is realized gains from stocks such as Tesla and Pacific Biosciences, a few others as well. My portfolio now, however, is mostly focused on stocks that are small caps. Particularly I'm more focused on the healthcare, biotech and genomics play. Stocks that I believe can 5-10x over the next 5 years, and with that there does come more risk with those kind of stocks. So when this past week, when these corrections have been happening, my stocks, because they're small caps, have been affected a lot more than, for instance, the Etsy's, the Sea Limiteds of these worlds, because obviously they're more well known, so there's more buyers, and when there's a sell-off, there's less selling pressure in comparison. So I wouldn't say obviously that's a bad thing, because when there's a reversal, smaller caps have more room to grow because they're smaller caps and they're not, the full potential has been realized yet. That's just my opinion, obviously. But at the same time, if you have done your due diligence and believe in the company, nothing has changed since this correction, in my opinion. Obviously, if there was earnings report and earnings forecast, poor guidance, that'd be a different kind of thing. But if there's nothing's changed the past week or two and you're kind of stuck holding a bag, then, and you don't want to make the loss, then to be honest, all you can do is hold or just average down whenever you run into some money. So I'm particularly bullish on three small cap stocks in the healthcare and e-commerce sector, which I'll probably do a video each on about in the future, to be honest, so do look out for that. Just to wrap up, I do believe Friday midday was the bottom, and we will get a slow and steady trajectory back up Monday. And the whole week I do think we'll get a stair ladder kind of return back up as we did at the end of Friday. So at the end of Friday, after the pain had been felt by many investors, it starts climbing slowly back up. So I do think that will continue on, especially with the US stimulus package coming around the corner. I do think today, Saturday the 6th of March, I do think there's been an agreement from what I've read up on social media. I can't really guarantee that because I haven't watched the news, but at some point that stimulus bill will be passed, and that will be basically more money into retail investors' pockets. And with everything shut down across most of the US, that's going to some way or another get its way into the stock market rather than just sitting in your bank, to be honest. But if you're in the red and you don't have cash to average down, just remember the people who sold out in the March 2020 crisis, stock market crash. We regretted that 6 months later. There's nothing wrong with just holding onto companies you believe in long term. Even in times like this, hodl is the right term, so hold on for dear life. So all you gotta do is just hold. If you believe in the long term thesis of the company, a short term pain for long term gain, basically. Yep, so that's what I thought I'd bring my video out today with. So like, comment, share and subscribe.